The F6E2 error code on Maytag washers indicates a communication error between the main control board, called the CCU, and the motor control unit, known as the MCU. This error prevents the washer from spinning or draining properly, causing it to stop mid-cycle while displaying the F6E2 code and sometimes beeping incessantly. The issue is often caused by faulty wiring, loose connections, MCU failure, or software glitches that disrupt the communication between these components. A simple first step is a hard reset. Unplug your Maytag washer from the power outlet for 10 to 15 minutes. This allows the system to fully discharge and potentially clear any temporary glitches. Plug it back in and run a diagnostic cycle, if available, to see if the error clears. According to RepairClinic.com, 70% of users resolve this error via resets or wiring checks. The most common cause of the F6E2 error is a poor electrical connection, particularly in the wiring harness that connects the main control board and motor control unit. The wiring harness links the central control unit, or CCU, with the motor control unit, or MCU. Look for the 7-pin connector that handles this critical communication. Examine the 7-pin connector closely. This is where communication between the CCU and MCU occurs, and it's prone to corrosion or loose connections. Disconnect the harness and inspect for corrosion. If you see green residue or dirty pins, clean them carefully. Use a contact cleaner to remove any corrosion from the pins. Ensure the connection is secure when you reconnect the harness. A homeowner in California successfully fixed their 2012 Maytag washer by disconnecting the wiring harness and cleaning corroded pins on the 7-pin connector after a power outage. They documented the process on YouTube, showing how this simple step resolved the F6E2 error. Power surges can corrupt the data exchange between the CCU and MCU, triggering the F6E2 error. Ensure your washer is connected to a surge protector. Avoid overloading the circuit the washer is on. Smart home integrations have been linked to power surge issues, so consider isolating the washer if problems persist. If basic fixes like resets and wiring checks fail, the issue may lie with the motor control unit or central control unit. These electronic components handle communication between the washer's brain and motor. Replacing the MCU or CCU can be complex and requires working with sensitive electronics. Always consult your appliance's service manual for correct part numbers and replacement procedures. If you're not comfortable working with electronics, consider professional assistance to avoid further damage or safety risks. A rental property manager in Texas once traced multiple F6E2 errors across 50 washers to a faulty batch of motor control units, highlighting how component quality issues can cause widespread problems. Newer Maytag models, especially those made after 2023, allow firmware updates through their dedicated app. These updates can address software glitches that might cause communication errors like F6E2. To check for updates, open the Maytag app and look for available firmware patches. This can often resolve the issue without needing physical repairs. However, be cautious with over-the-air updates, as they can sometimes introduce new problems. In one case study, reverting a recent update actually fixed an F6E2 error that occurred after the update. Maytag recommends regularly checking their support website for the latest software patches and instructions. Regular maintenance can prevent F6E2 errors in Maytag washers. Maytag recommends annual inspections to check connections and wiring, ensuring the electrical harnesses remain secure and free from corrosion. Proper grounding is essential to prevent electrical issues that could trigger the error. Make sure the washer is connected to a grounded outlet and consider using surge protectors to protect against power fluctuations. Use the correct type of detergent recommended for your washer model. Using the wrong detergent can cause buildup that strains the motor control unit over time. Avoid overloading the machine with too many clothes. Overloading puts extra strain on the motor, which can affect the MCU and potentially lead to communication errors. If you've tried the troubleshooting steps and the F6E2 error persists, it's time to call a qualified appliance repair technician. Complex issues like board failures require specialized tools and expertise. Be aware that professional service costs may rise due to the increasing complexity of modern washers and potential part scarcity.